It was so flattering. And it's just not the day to try to agitate your girl, especially off of absolutely nothing. Please excuse this. But guess what? Hey guys, so I have to tell you about this encounter that I just had in the Dollar Tree. And I'm just so, I don't even know, I'm gonna just get to the story. So I'm getting ready to go celebrate one of my colleagues, my good homegirls. You've seen her on the channel before because it's one of my first videos on this channel. But I'm going to go visit her for her birthday weekend. We're going to celebrate and turn up. And that's going to be a car ride for me. Quite the trip. So I'm trying to get my car in order. That's why I'm in Dollar Tree getting a few necessities to kind of, clean up my car and whatnot. I'm in there maybe about 4 or 5 minutes just looking around, making sure that I have everything. And as I go down this aisle, this woman kind of hurries into the aisle and she's like,
"Oh my gosh, I just wanted to tell you, you are so gorgeous."
And I'm just standing there like, oh my. She's like,
"Mask or not, I just think you are beautiful. You're out here stunting and you're working it."
And I was like, oh my goodness, don't make me blush. Thank you so much. And I, told her she was beautiful as well. And she just continued to rave and rave. She was like,
"We gotta be there for each other."
And then she reached out her hand to give me a high five or whatever. And I was just like, okay, girl, yeah, I hear you. We're sisters. Because this is a young Caucasian woman. And I'm just like, she is too kind. And I'm trying not to, you know how people can be when they're giving, unwarranted, So I continue and I'm just thanking her. I'm blushing and she's really going on about this, how men treat us and stuff. And I try not to, entertain that part of the conversation because we are, in the middle of Dollar Tree. I'm just so at this point, I'm thinking she's winding down At this point, I think she's winding down the conversation. She's still giving a crap ton of compliments, and I just cannot take it. I'm just like, ma'am, you are doing the most. So I'm just saying thank you, God bless you and all of that. And I'm walking down my aisle and then she's walking down her aisle, but she's still yelling at me all of this kind and just beautiful about me and about women and how I'm working it and just all this stuff. And I'm still hearing her and I'm just, laughing a little bit so she can tell that I'm still listening. And then I, call it what it was. So I was down the aisle and she completely threw me off of what I was even looking for on that aisle. So I started to retrace my steps. And as I'm exiting the aisle to go back on the aisle I was on previously, you guys, she's tugging her boyfriend
"This is my boyfriend. I just wanted him to see you. Babe, isn't she just gorgeous? Just look at her. Oh my goodness."
And he's just standing there. He didn't say a thing. He's looking me up and down and he's just but he's not saying a thing. And I'm just this is so awkward. But don't get me wrong, I get compliments and all that stuff, but this was a bit extreme, especially coming from another woman. It was so flattering. So they continue shopping and all of that, and I get to the checkout and she is checking out, and apparently there was some transaction issues to where the cashier had to go to the office for a moment and get some cash or a key or something. for the register to give her the correct amount of change. So we're kind of standing there at the checkout, a little bit held up and whatnot, and there's a young lady in front of me, and then it's her checking out. The young lady in front of me was actually an employee there. So we had a little chat, that's neither here nor there, but it was cool talking to her. So when the cashier comes back to give her her change, she's trying to do the math in her head. The young woman who was complimenting me, she was like, it's this amount. And then the woman was like, no, it's like probably $5 less than the amount that she said. And she was like, huh, really? And I'm thinking, oh goodness, don't let there be an issue. She was so sweet, don't let there be an issue. You just want to be aware of your surroundings. Anything could happen, but you don't know how people handle certain situations. But you just be aware. But things were fine. When I get to my car, or as I'm walking to my vehicle, she and her boyfriend are driving off. She's driving, she's got the window down, and she's like yelling out of the truck. And she's just like,
Bye, gorgeous. Have a great day. God bless you.
and I'm just like, oh, she is too nice. She know how to make somebody day. She know how to overdo it. I don't think there should be a such thing as overdoing it when it comes to kindness. Just always, respect people's boundaries in the process. As if no boundaries are being crossed, then I think, go for it. Make that girl smile her behind off. Make that dude feel ways he ain't felt in a minute. Literally, I love giving people compliments. I'm the type of person to not even really care where or when I give you the compliment, because I always keep in mind that life is so short, and you just don't know what a kind word would do for somebody, especially the days that we have as humans. It's just it's a good thing to keep that going, to spread that around. And whether it is something internal or a mindset or a spirit set, give people compliments to whatever degree you feel necessary. Hola people, welcome to the vlog. I am doing something I don't do much, which is travel. I'm doing that this weekend. I'm going to visit a friend, a colleague, a really good homegirl of mine that you've seen on the channel. I'm gonna go celebrate her birthday this weekend. I'm going to Texas to celebrate my colleague's birthday, and I'm excited. It's gonna be about a 5-hour drive for you, girl. I plan to leave in about 2 hours, which puts me in Texas around 6 p.m. Y'all already know my issue with procrastinating, but I tried to do my best with planning ahead for this one, financially, of course, but with packing and attire and all that extra stuff, your girl was a little slick with it. I have most of my stuff that I need to pack all together and ready to go. The only thing I'm really doing right now is cleaning my car, getting her, ready for the road, and handling all of this. So I thought I'd just come touch bases with y'all and let you know what I'm doing. This is what I'm gonna go clean out my car in. Please don't judge. Your girl is on chill mode. So, but I'll let you know when I'm done, because, I gotta make some moves. Bye. Alright, so you guys, I made a bad mistake, alright? I was cleaning out my car, getting ready for this road trip, and I left my doors open to clean, of course, and it killed my battery. Just killed the poor thing right before. It's all good. I ain't that mad, as you can see by the smirk, because God is good, y'all. The last time I had a car issue, my father told me to take inventory of the people who supported me through my rough period. While it was a short period compared to, other periods when it comes to car trouble, you just never know how the Lord is really operating in your lives. And there are things that you ask for, there are things that you pray for, that you think are going to happen the way you expect them to happen, but God has a whole totally different route for how you're going to get whatever it is you want. And we might be confused, we might be, a bit alarmed or even, anxious, but he's in control and he's got it. And always try to lean on that now when I find myself in intense or unexpected or, just concerning situations. I don't get to travel or go anywhere. The last time I traveled was like 4 or 5 years ago when I went to a Christian's retreat for millennials in Miami, Florida. I loved it. I had a great time, but like I said, that was like 4 or 5 years ago. And that was the last time I made like an intent to travel. So this is my second one. And maybe I'll get to travel again shortly to go visit my sister. We're going to go visit her for the holidays. And that's the plan, but I'm not quite sure where I fall in line with that plan right now. Ignore that little like weird sound you hear in the background. That's just like my charger thing doing the most. So ignore that. But I'm off today because students have parent-teacher conferences. So I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. And yeah, I'm going to get back to getting my car together and then getting ready to roll out, because at this point I am now an hour behind schedule, which is fine. Now I'm going to just have to rush everything that I was going to do that last hour. But it's fine. It's fine. Okay? Talk to y'all later. Off to Texas. I'm really excited about this trip. My parents, my dad just prayed with me, and off we go. Unfortunately, I got put 2 hours behind schedule, but it's all good. It is all good. I'm just filling up my tank right now, so I am so anxious. I don't even know how to feel right now. Like, I'm calm and prepared for the drive, but as far as the festivities for the weekend, I'm just like a little bit on edge. Like, don't really know what to expect. But I am looking forward to it. And my goodness, I have not seen Renee in a minute. That was my gas pump. Like every 30 minutes, a thunderstorm wants to come out of nowhere. So I was leaving the gas station after I filled up, and this man in a truck pulled up next to me at the light. And the only reason I paid attention is because I was about to put some deodorant on, and I didn't want to be like too, just out there in the open. Like, I really didn't care, but I just want to be like, who's watching me? Is it an old lady? But no, it was this dude in the truck. I mean, he had to be, if he wasn't my dad's age, he was older. But yeah. So I was like, I'm at the light putting the address in my GPS, and I hear somebody honk, and I don't even look up because from where I heard the horn come from, I was thinking in my head, like, Lord, don't let them be honking at me. Because I'm just sitting at a red light. But I didn't even bother looking up. So I just looked down. Stay chill. I hear the honk again. I'm like, what in the world is that? And so I'm assuming they're not honking at me. And I look up to see what the commotion is. And it's the dude in the truck next to me honking, and he's just cheesing in the window like, and I'm like, I'm not even trying to be, but I'm like, sir, hi, like, so I'm like, okay, and I go back to what I was doing in my phone on the GPS or whatever. Quick eye contact back to my phone. It's still a red light. I'm sitting there, and I can feel him. You know how you can feel people like looking at you. I can still feel this man looking at me. So not only finished putting my stuff in the GPS. I was ready to put my deodorant on, but I didn't want to put it on with him just glaring at me. I look back at him and he's kind of doing this. He starts to do the whole. Now, sir, just like, how old do I look? So I look back down because I'm like, nah, he's not for real. He's not for real. One, I don't give my number out. Two, how do men expect them to receive somebody's number on the highway? On the road? Finally, the light turns green and I'm pulling off and he pulls off. But you can tell he's not like driving at full speed. He's just kind of hovering back so he can be aligned with me on the road. And sure enough, like, I look over to make sure I'm right, and the man is in the window, cheesing and smiling, doing this little number here, just trying to really get the girl number. And I'm just like, sir, you know you're like my daddy's age. You know he had to be in his 50s, you guys. I mean, I'll give him 40, you know, because life kind of makes you look a little older if you had a rough one, but he looked like he was in his 50s trying to get your girl's number on the road. And I'm just thinking, sir, please stop it, because you cool, you a nice looking older gentleman, I feel you, but inappropriate. I just thought it was a little funny, kind of odd, but you know, to each his own. Hopefully if the Lord blesses me to reach my 50s, you know, shoot. Okay, this trip has taken me just a little bit longer than anticipated, mainly because my car is kind of delicate. So, you know, I'm not speeding or anything. This is a solo road trip, something I really haven't done. If I have done, it's been years.